Hello, everyone. This is your coach, Vanda Martin here. And today I'm so excited to be here because we are going to have another fantastic interview with the rock star in real estate. And today the treat is special because the lady that I have here to interview, she's amazing. She's energized. She's brilliant. She's smart. She sells a lot of homes, helps a lot of people. So don't miss this interview. Stay here because she has done a lot in the last couple of years. She has had many breakthroughs, and I want her to tell you all about it. So I was going to say, without any delay, let's welcome the great Miyo Santana Freeman. Hello, Miyo.
Hi. Thank you. That was a great introduction. Thank you. I was like,
Thank
that's
you.
me. Wow, thank you.
That's you. Brilliant, amazing, smart. I'm so excited to be here with you, darling. Thank you for taking the time to come here and talk to us.
Thank you for asking. I'm very excited. So thank you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you have so much energy, so much wisdom and knowledge to share. So I want to make sure all the rock stars here in our tribe can be inspired by you and learn with you. So Miyo, darling, tell us about yourself. Tell us about where you're coming from and give us a little more of you.
Okay. So my name's Miyo Santana Freeman, and I'm in the Central Valley, which is Vanda actually worked the same area. So it's really nice when we have these conversations. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. Um, I've been a real estate agent since 2003. I originally wanted to be a news anchor. And yes, I wanted to be in front of the camera. And I interviewed a news anchor, and she told me she worked all the time. She missed a lot of parties and family events. She had to move away from the area. And I thought, I don't want to do that. So I started picking up flyers from houses that were for sale. And I did finish college thinking I was going to pursue being a news anchor. And I realized just how much I loved looking at homes, especially when I was buying my first home. So that's how the love of real estate came into play for me.
Oh my gosh, awesome. And now you get to also be a star, share the news and real estate and share your energy and your experience. Isn't it true?
Yes. Yes, I'm working on that.
And darling, look at the smile, the beautiful smile that you have. So, and a great voice too. So you're already ahead of the game. So tell us about a little bit about your production. So by the way, Central Valley, she's talking about south of Sacramento, all the way to Modesto, but she also serves a lot of different areas. She's going to tell you more about it. And as you know, many of you guys, when I started my real estate career, I was living in Central Valley before I moved to the Bay Area and start selling in Silicon Valley. So we know, I know exactly where Miyo is located, and she does a great job all over the area. So darling, tell us about your production. How did you do last year? How was your 2020?
Okay, my 2020, I sold roughly about 40 homes, and I closed at about a 400,000 GCI.
400,000 GCI is fantastic. And what's your goal for 2021?
Ooh, my goal, it's 650,000, 60 units. And so far I'm at 228 closed and pending, 228,000.
So that's exciting. That's exciting because you're going to go to another jump, right?
Yes.
And you have had some great breakthroughs. So congratulations. I believe you can do it. You're growing your team, right? You're doing a lot of stuff. So tell us here, Mia, how did you, so you got started because you want to, show homes, see homes, you like that as well. You enjoy the whole thing about real estate. So when you started, how was it? Did you start selling a lot of homes right away, or did you have some hard times in the beginning? So how did you see your business grow? What changed? Give us a little bit of some gold about the transition when you started selling. So now you're doing 40 homes, 400,000. That's a pretty good GCI for someone, right? Even in the Central Valley where the average price is 350. So you're doing pretty well. So tell us about your transition from the beginning to now.
So when I first started, I didn't know that I was interviewing real estate companies. I thought they were interviewing me. And so I called my real estate agent that helped me purchase my first home. And she was an older lady, probably in her 70s. But she ran her own boutique brokerage in our small town of 20,000 people. And she ran everything very low budget. Just a lot of, it was a storefront. So a lot of people would walk in and just, if they saw my car, they'd stop in. And so a lot of hand holding. She taught me how to read the contracts and just had customer service, which I had a lot looking back now from my previous jobs that I had. But I decided to go with her because I was very scared and I wasn't sure what I was doing. Very small company. There were about 10 agents. They were all related. And so the majority of my business was friends and family. My brother's in commercial real estate. My brothers are all in construction, and my parents invested in real estate since I could remember. So that's all that I knew. And I just kind of, I didn't really need the income. My husband was working, and I just kind of drove around in my SUV and sold homes to just whoever would work with me. And so it wasn't very structured at all. And I really didn't have any direction and really not a whole lot of drive, because the business that fell in my lap was just from knowing people. So business to, or friend relationships, really.
I understand. So what I heard you say is, in the beginning actually was you were not even that hungry yet, right? You like, not, you love real estate, you like it a lot, but it was not like you had to do it. And it was almost like, am I wrong to say it was almost like a hobby? Or it was because you like, it was coming to me. So tell me about that, because there were some things that were working for you, some things were not working really well. So what changed? So right in the beginning was mostly your database, that was your friends and family were coming to you. There was a moment that it clicked. Tell us about if there was a moment that clicked and said, wait a minute, I like this. I can really make a beautiful job, business out of this. So there was a moment like this, like an epiphany, Miyo?
Well, there was a divorce.
Oh, okay.
And that'll motivate you to get to work and get moving. So I quickly realized I still loved my job, but I wasn't treating it like a career. I wasn't treating it like a business. And I was always open to learning. If there was a seminar, I signed up. If there were CDs, I bought them. I was constantly listening to motivational speakers and reading and learning. So I always loved to learn. I just wasn't implementing it because I didn't have to. And so going through a divorce, I really needed to, just to switch it up. I decided to leave my brokerage, the small one, where I was the top producer, but I never made the Masters Club. I don't know why. I was always off by maybe $1,000 sometimes. And so I moved over to Coldwell Banker, and there were 150 agents here. So I was a little fish in a big pond. And I wasn't comfortable. I was going through my divorce, and I decided, wow, I really have to do this. So that's when I started just really deciding if I'm going to do this, I have to start treating it like a business. I have to be the businesswoman that I'm supposed to be, not just running around and hoping that business falls into my lap. So that was the awakening I had.
So it was an awakening. I hear what you say, darling, and I can tell you there's many people, many Asians that are watching this interview can relate, or divorce or a situation that they really had to make a decision. It's now or never, right? So you had an epiphany moment. It's almost like you're forced to change, like your paradigm had been broken, right? Before it was like you're a happy wife, you didn't have to, earn the bacon or bring the bacon home, right? You're doing your thing, but all of a sudden now you had more motivation. You had the money motivation. Also, I believe probably some drive to show everybody that you could do on your own. Am I correct?
Yes. And with that, I loved the flexibility. I wanted to be there for my kids. I wanted to drop them off at practice. I was the mom in the SUV dropping off all of the kids in the neighborhood, picking them up if they needed it. And so the thought of having to go to have someone be my boss and be structured, I could, even though I had a degree, I thought, well, now I could go be the news anchor. I could go, work a regular job. I even applied for the Department of Corrections, and they offered me a position in Pelican Bay. And my friend said, they'll eat you alive. Don't do it. So I decided not to move forward with that. Thank goodness. And I wouldn't change it for anything. I had the opportunity to raise my kids. I took them to work with me sometimes. They eat and breathe real estate even now.
I understand. How many kids you have again, Miyo?
I have two boys.
2 boys. How old are they?
25 and 22.
25, 22. Yeah, great kids, great kids. So yeah, 2 boys like me too, right? Yeah, 2 boys. I know. So Miyo, with your energy, your enthusiasm, your passion, you realize, okay, it's time to earn the money. I don't want to treat this as a hobby anymore. I want to start growing. And so you start doing this. Did you start putting systems in place, structures in place? I mean, what happened? When did you start seeing the momentum building in your business? When you start, you realize like, oh, I can do this, and I can grow, I can multiply, because you see, how many women right now are earning 400,000, and you're gonna do your 650. I have no doubt that you're gonna do the 650. So during those times, so I know I'm asking a lot of questions because there's so many things I want to ask you, but during those times, there was a moment that you say, okay, I can see already the momentum building. I can see already the difference that I'm implementing the systems and the structure. So how that birth, how that transition happened? What did you notice?
Well, I hired a life coach, and with my life coach, I earned enough to hire an assistant, which is something I should have done a long time ago. And once you have another mouth to feed, someone else that you're responsible for, it changes the game. Because you don't want to fail, because if you fail, they fail, and they have a family. So that, I think, was a huge eye opener. And just even now, I have to stop myself sometimes and think, okay, am I supposed to be doing this? Is it something that I should be spending my energy and my time? No, I can bless someone else, like, mowing the lawn, cleaning the pool, cleaning the house, all of those things. I always have to change my hat and put my businesswoman hat on and say, no, this is not my highest and best use of my time.
Sounds very familiar, some conversations we have had, right?
Yes.
So let me see, you hired your coach, and then you realize, oh, wait a minute, I need an assistant. I can be doing this, all this minutia, all this $14 an hour job, right? And if you guys hear this, I always tell all my clients, everybody that I coach, anybody who asks me, I always say that you gotta have your BUT very clear, your best use of your time, right, Miyo? Because, and I tell Miyo, because I know average commission checks are between $9,000 and $10,000, and I said, darling, you are worth $10,000 an hour. You can be doing the minutia, share the wealth, hire other people, and delegate, so you can do the best that you can do. So now, awesome. I love Miyo. So you notice that you now implementing the system, and then when you hire the assistant, what happened right away? Did you put systems like you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do with everything? Because I remember too, when we first started together, you had some system, but you were not completely
following them.
And some of the things we were not tracking. So there were some major changes that you do. So walk us through, unpack the change, because you had like some great change, and I want in your mindset from a hobby to a business, but you did have some changes also in processes and systems. So how did you do that?
So a lot of it, I'm very visual, and I like to write things down. And so for me, I had to change everything from, I still have some things electronic, but for me, I like to check off the box. And just really tracking the numbers was huge, because you take a moment to work it backwards and say, okay, if I want to earn X amount of money, how many calls do I need to make? And from those calls, how many am I converting? It's just numbers. And that's where the mindset has to change, because I always said I hate numbers.
There was an old paradigm. I used to say you hate numbers.
Yes, I didn't like them, and it was, to this day. I mean, even creating a budget, that kind of thing. I don't know why the numbers just really stopped me in my tracks. And so the more and more, because it's like a muscle, like you say, the more and more I practice it, it gets exciting, because I know that just around the corner, I'm going to have another transaction, help another family. And so I love the numbers now, where before I fought all of my coaches every week.
I know. So guys and girls, you heard from herself. From her own mouth, I used to hate the numbers. Now today, this is a lady that brings her coaching call report, days work, conversations, how many leads she gets per week, how many appointments set with buyers, with sellers, how many listing appointments take. We know about her transaction, we know her goals. This is a lady who talks to minimum now. You're pushing how many conversations you have now per week, darling? Give us here because I know it, but I want to hear from you.
It just, they vary, but they can 100 conversations. I mean, this weekend I went to 3 parties and I was just networking. And that's what I do. I go to parties. I go to the birthday parties, the graduation parties. I went to dinner with my friend. They invited us to a car show. I don't even have a nice, old car. So we took our Harley, and my old clients were there. So they were introducing me. This is my real estate agent. And I thought, oh, wow, I'm onto something. I need to come. I don't drink coffee. But it's at the coffee shop. So I was fighting my husband. I don't want to go. I just want to stay home and organize the house. And he said, no, we have to go. You're going to meet somebody there. And so, yeah, I had like 3 clients there just introducing me to everyone, and made some new friends. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't even feel like work. But when I sat down this morning and I was looking, I thought I made a lot of contacts this weekend. So
I love it. And this is so important what you're saying, because that's called one of the lead sources. It's called networking, the people you know, business people, events. So Miyo is becoming the mayor of her area. And that's one of the goals that she has, that she wants. And, but trust me, she also does a follow-up. She also does her lead generation. She also makes the calls, because she comes sometimes with 100 conversations, 110 conversations. She does text. Don't you do videos, interesting videos, and text your people on your phone as well? Tell us about that. It's so cool.
I like to go on Snapchat. I only use it for the videos. I use the filters, and I sing birthday songs to my clients. I send them to them. Or if I think of something funny or something reminds me of them, I like to do funny videos, because the serious ones, we're working on these. With my coach. Yes, educational
videos. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I have no problem doing the funny ones. The educational ones I'm working on. So I already forgot what your question was.
It's okay. No, I just, because we are illustrating some of the lead sources you have, because she's pushing 100, 120 conversations, but it's, it's networking. She follow up with her database. She is also doing agent to agent, a network, business to business, and then she's a queen of her database, and we make it better. We also systematize. So now I remember when you came, and the numbers were not that clear. We're not counting the numbers. And also we did something that I wanted to share with everyone here to inspire them. We did something during COVID, Miyo, that really brought your business to another level. And I think that's why you just about double your business. And this year, you're already really well on track with all the leads coming in, all the things you have to go easy to 650, because I know you can do it. So the thing you did is you took the time to organize your database with your system, to put everything in a bucket. And then we really improved completely the system with your database. Am I correct to say now that your system for your whole database, CRM, works like a machine now? Am I right, or am I wrong to say that?
You're right. You're right. So during COVID, I was a little scared. I thought, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Even my transaction coordinator, which, by the way, she when she started with me, she was just helping me because I was so busy. And I told her, you'd make a great transaction coordinator. And she went from like four transactions to like 400. It's crazy. And so for me, it was really just, all I did during COVID was just call my clients, text them, are you okay? How are you doing? And as I went through, I was working on my database. And now I walk in, my assistant has my calls on my desk, ready to go. Before I hopped on this call with you, I was calling and texting and emailing me, and I have an appointment for this Thursday. And so I looked at my marketing gal and I said, this really works. I need to do it all the time, not just 90% of the time. I was just in the middle of a remodel. So I went a little off track, but it feels so good to call, to text, and have them respond and put that appointment in your calendar. So
I love it. Did you hear that? You see, that's a beautiful woman who's brilliant, energized, completely passionate. Now she's a stressor. And if you guys are starting personality styles, we know, expressive like her, like me, we get excited. We want to do a lot of stuff, and sometimes we get distracted, right? We'll go here and there. But you know what? Everyone is trainable. Every mind can improve, can get better. So now she loves numbers. She is excited about setting appointments. So is it even the routine you enjoy now? Am I correct? You're telling us that you like the routine before it was like, now you got a routine going on. Tell us about your morning routine, Super Mio.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Tell us about your morning routine.
Oh, yes. So ideally, I like to wake up at 5 a.m. Again, I was off track the last month because of our remodel, but even today I started early again. I like to get to the gym early in the morning. And as I was sitting here talking to you, I realized a lot of my scribing, just writing down my goals in the morning, my gratitudes, meditating. I meditated this morning. A lot of the things that I've written down come true. I always used to write down, I earned $60,000 a month. I would write it down like 20 times. And as I find my old notebooks, because I remodeled my house and I'm going through boxes, I'm like, oh, that already happened. And this did too. So it works, the consistency. And, just like if I was consistent eating a donut every morning, I'm probably not going to feel good, look good, and not live very long. So that consistency of feeding my brain, feeding my mind, the health aspect of it, and the business part of it too is huge.
Wonderful. I love to hear that. So you do embrace the routine. You do embrace the magic of the morning routine, right?
Yes.
So you set a lot of appointments, right? You talk to a lot of people, get leads. So I believe your goal is to have about 4 appointments per week. Mm-hmm. 3 to 4. I believe you're more specific on that. So do you wake up thinking, who I'm going to help someone today? Do you just keep thinking excited, or do you still get distracted? I know a lot of people get distracted, but what do you do to bring you right back to the intention? Share with us.
Well, with my gratitudes, I always say, I pray that God brings me people that need my help, because those are the people I want to work with. That's it brings me joy to know that I walked them through a scary process of, yes, I can sell my home, but where am I going to move? I don't know what that looks like. And they're going through such a scary time, a stressful time. Not scary. It could be exciting, but it just depends what they have going on. And so for me, I always I guess I could say I visualize just helping whoever comes my way. And so it's weird how the universe works, where like even when you came into my life, I wasn't ready for you, when I first met you, I wasn't ready for you.
What do you mean?
But when I was ready, the coach came. You came when I was ready, because I wouldn't have listened anyways if I met you sooner.
I'm so glad you're ready, and you have grown a lot. So what do you think was the biggest factor to your, in your success?
In my success is having the accountability, learning from coaches that have been there, done that, they've been successful, and who I surround myself with. So my mastermind groups, and a lot of people from this group, where we just, when we're having a great day, we get to share that excitement. And when we're not having a great day, we share with that as well, to lift each other up. So I love that part of it.
I love it. You have a beautiful thing. You do the ABL, very lovely. ABL, always be learning. So you're always learning. You're always asking me, what is next, coach? What should I do? And you're always very forward and trustworthy. You always tell me what you're doing, what you're not doing. So I love that. Now, so what I heard you say is learning, having the accountability, people helping you, the environment. So is the environment very important on your business?
Yes. I always tell my kids, you're the average of the 5 people you are with all the time. And so I feel I've been trying to make new friends where I feel a little bit more uncomfortable, because I feel great when I'm teaching people that need my help. Right. But the minute I'm in a room where I feel like I'm not as successful as that person, I feel like it makes you grow. So for example, I'm on a committee in Galt. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm there and I'm learning and I'm meeting people. And so I love that uncomfortableness. because it makes me grow.
See, I love that. I love that. Good for you. Well, that's called business maturity as well. You already realize that breakthroughs and growth is on the other side of fear, right? It's breaking the barriers, breaking the walls that you grow. So you already had the game on that down. And I hope all of you listening to this really take note to that. She's passionate, energized, want to grow and everything. And she's not afraid to take fear and dance with fear. So wonderful. Looking back, what do you wish you have done sooner?
Hire my assistant.
Hire your assistant. I love it. So now do you hire an assistant? So you're moving ahead. Very nice. So one more question that I always like to ask you guys, because it just brings some cool stuff. So if you could tell the young you something today, what would it be? If you could tell the young you something today, what would you say? What would it be?
Dream bigger.
Dream bigger.
Dream bigger.
Okay.
And you can, I think that when you, in school, they don't teach you the things that really make you successful. Like, what are you thinking about? Your mindset, your health, just budgeting, tracking things, not just these numbers for your career, but just hard work. A lot of the millionaires I've met here in the Central Valley, they learned everything. They learned, one of them owns Wiener Schnitzels. They learned how to be dishwashers and clean and cook. They learned all of it. And so when I see people from other countries, my parents came from Mexico. I watched them work in the cherry orchards. I didn't have to work there, but I had to sit there because I didn't have daycare. And that motivated me to dream bigger and make them proud, and just know that the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you set your mind to with the hard work.
Wonderful. So I love that. You said dream bigger. And even at the beginning of your career, like you said, I started because I like it. I love it. It's not like I had to, but you were written by the drive and the hunger and ambition to grow, to get better, to be an example for your kids, and now also your parents. So you'd say dream bigger. What would you say also to these wonderful people listening here? So is it possible for them to change, to double, triple the income? Is it possible for them to learn how to dream bigger? Because it seems to me like you learned that as a skill. Am I correct?
Yes, it is possible. I always tell you, you believed in me more than before I believed in myself. And so leading by example and knowing that my kids are watching me, and I want them to just talk about what a badass woman I am. And I want them to teach that to their kids. So I watched my parents. I want them to learn all the great things that I'm learning. And the only way I can do that is to lead by example. So what kind of example would I be if I don't follow my dreams, if I don't do my best, and I expect that from them. So
I love it. Yeah, it's true, right? So setting the example, being the role model. So guys and gals, Miyo is from, like I said, the Central Valley, and I sold real estate there, and I was fortunate, blessed with a lot of hard work to grow there immensely. So when Miyo came to me and she said, I know of you, I follow your success, I heard of you. And I said, darling, you can do it, and you're going to do it even better, even more, because anybody can do it. So we helped her to improve her mental recording, change her paradigms, and she can do it, and she can do it. So today, it's such a blessing for me to see her flourishing. You have to understand, this lady she knows her 6 lead sources, is systematized now. She got a marketing assistant, she got her own assistant, she got her own transaction coordinator, right? So she's building this beautiful empire. And now we're going to grow and build a team. We're going to have some different agents in the team. She had a buyer's agent before. She's transitioned another one. His sister works part-time. So Miyo, it's like so exciting, because you are doing all these great things. So what is next? What is new now coming up for you in business?
For me, I want to help my team. I love, like you said, my transaction coordinator. She just bought her first house in a gorgeous neighborhood. And that I love it. I feel that as I'm helping myself, I'm helping others. And the more I help them, the more I help myself. And so for me, it's being that businesswoman every single day and just really following through and taking it to the next level. This year, I was able to move my parents across the street from me, and that was incredible. So I'm going to cry. By me doing this, I'm not only helping people, but I am helping my family, my parents, and my boys get to see me take care of my parents across the street. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't get off my butt and start doing the work and following the plan and listening to my coaches, because that's another thing. I should have listened to my coaches earlier.
Well, Miyo has a life coach, Miyo has a trainer, Miyo has a business coach. And she's always working on getting better and getting better. So I love that you do this. You see, everybody can see that you care, that you help. And that's how business grow, right? Helping others, giving back and networking and making everything joy. So he makes everything, into a fun game, right? So being a businesswoman, I love that you do that, darling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations that you've taken the time to not only to learn, not only to improve, but to put your business in the right place, right? Systematizing, structuring, hiring the people, and now you're going to hire the team so you can travel more, because you do love travel, right? You have some great stuff coming up, right?
Yes. Going on the back of a Harley for 15 days to Sturgis, and I'm going to Lake Tahoe this weekend, also on the Harley. And my sister and I were having a meeting. I said, well, who's going to cover us? And that's where the building the team comes together, because my marketing gal can help, but she can't show property. And my assistant is on vacation right now. So we are going to buckle down this year and really get the team together. Yes. So it can, I can go play and then work when I'm here. And
yes. Right? I love it. Work hard, play hard, and rest really well. So Miyo, you've been doing well. You had some great breakthroughs, right? Like your database now systems together. Your business now is predictable. I mean, you're pushing about $55,000 a month, every month now, average, right? So you're already on track for close to 700,000. I know that because I see your numbers. And you know how many people, not only women, not only Latinas, I mean, men, women, every age, anyone would like to earn about $55,000 to $60,000 every month. I mean, that's a huge peace of mind. Yeah. Knowing that you're earning that kind of money. We had a conversation before. She's like, oh my God, I love seeing, my savings, my numbers, because now you visit your money, not right? You know what's working, not working. We look at everything. So to all the new people here that are watching you, listening to you, and also the people who need to have a hump back on, like jump back in the business, get the mojo back. Mm-hmm. What is your advice? What would you tell them, knowing what you know now, what you went through, and now that you're a kick-ass real estate agent, pushing, like I said, $55,000 a month, and we're gonna grow that, because you had some months you're pushing $120,000. Remember, yeah. $120,000 a month. So what would you tell them? What advice or nice coaching time would you give to the people here listening to you?
I think you really need to. Well, first off, when I would see. It got to the point where I would have the checks and I just put them in my purse, and I didn't even have time to go drop them off at the bank. And I thought I was really taking it for granted, because I'm not a huge spender. But I realized I was just going through the motions. And so really sitting down and for me, I like to just review my goals, review why I'm doing this, because at the end of the day, if I'm not healthy, I can't help anyone. So really just taking a step back and making sure you're doing all those things, the exercising, the meditating, the taking care of you have your Ferrari.
Tell them, yeah, I call the Ferrari is your temple.
I'm a Maserati.
It's a Maserati. Go ahead.
My Maserati, I had some health issues in the last month, in a lot of April. And, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. If you can't go enjoy it and you can't move your body, it doesn't matter. So just really making sure there's a bigger picture. And so why are you doing this? Take care of yourself. Yes, it's amazing that you can make all of that money and, help buy the house across the street for your parents, travel, but also, I'd love to just pick up my kids and take them on a whirlwind vacation. I was supposed to go to Portugal last year and that was canceled. But my really sweet friend wants me to go with her next month. And I thought, can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. And I'm like, I better get my butt in gear and get my team, in sync. And so, yeah, just doing all of those things from the beginning and really waking up and saying, okay, this is my business. Would I walk into, if I owned, Nordstrom, or if I owned a restaurant, am I going to roll out of bed at 9 a.m. and just aimlessly, go to work? No, they're the structures, the systems, and the help, not being afraid to ask for help and blessing others. For the longest time, my husband fought me even on hiring you. Remember, I didn't tell him I hired you. Well, now I told him I'm talking to Vanda today, or anytime he's like, who told you that? That sounds like Vanda. So yeah.
So now he completely approves you see your success.
Oh yeah. 100%. He wants to be an agent now. He says, I was thinking, I said, yeah, I don't know. You have to get coached by Vanda. I'm not coaching you.
Oh, I love that. You just make my heart sing. I love that. So as you can see, sometimes even we have to do things that fits us, that's better for us, and later the family can understand. Miyo, I just love seeing your enthusiasm, see you here so composed, so strong, so powerful, because you are an example, and inspiration for many women and many, many people, because you came from a mentality of a hobby to now you are top businesswoman. You have structure, you have systems, you got a team, you visit your money, you plan, you prepare, you come here, you never miss a coaching call, you do your assignments. I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So darling, I'm telling you, we're going to achieve your goals, and then we're going to go for the $1 million. We're going to grow your team, and you still can have your 3-4 vacations per year, because that's one of the goals, right?
Yes.
I love it. So sweetie, thank you so much for being here with us. Why don't you share here, our students, our beautiful people here, how they can reach you, how they can call, talk to you, give you a referral, because they can rest assured that if they give a referral, you're going to take wonderful care of their clients. So tell us about how can we reach you? What's your number?
You can call me. You can call me.
Tell us
call
about
me
your email.
Facebook, Instagram. My phone number is 209-482-6702, but you can call me, text me. I'm happy to talk to you if you have any questions.
How do we find you on Facebook and Instagram?
On Facebook, I'm on Miyo Freeman. On Instagram, I'm Lil Agent, LILAGNT #1. And that's because I'm 5 feet tall. So
wonderful. Anything, I just so cute. Anything, any last remark, any gratitudes, anything else you want to?
I'm so thankful that the teacher showed up when the student was ready. And I'm so blessed to have you. Not just for the coaching, not the money that you've helped me earn, or the vision, but just for believing in me again before believing in myself. So thank you.
I believe in you. I believe in you completely. And you can do it. All of you guys listening here, you can do it. So Miyo, thank you so much. You are a superstar. Let's get you your goals this year and go to the $1 million. And meanwhile, keep sharing your light, your energy, because you are brilliant. You are amazing. It's a pleasure to be part of your tribe and have you in our tribe.
Thank you. I love it.
Thank you. We love having you too. So everyone, thanks again for your time, your energy. I hope you took some notes, and I hope you do what this beautiful lady is doing, taking care of her Maserati. She takes care of her body, her mind, her soul, and her bank accounts, because she's a great businesswoman. So see you soon. Stay strong, and I see you next time. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Miyo.